Have you ever been in a situation when you didn't quite have the courage to take action in a situation where you felt you should have? Some of the things we believe we are led to, like the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus. Other beliefs we inherit, like our faith. Some beliefs are discovered by accident, like the value of giving back. Sometimes you have to do the wrong thing to find out what it is that you actually believe. I've always been the kind of kid who never liked to take the full blame for any situation. Having two siblings, it was always easy to include someone else in some activity or event that had taken a wrong turn and had a bumpy outcome. I never really needed or wanted to own some of my mistakes and seemed to stumble into ways to share responsibility for the negative. Over the summer a few years ago, my friends and I were at my house. My mom and dad were both at work and we were bored out of our minds. We had already eaten all the best snacks, watched all the best cartoons, and shot baskets and played ping pong. There seemed to be nothing left to do. Generally, when teenage boys are up to nothing, that always leads to something. And as teenage boys, we wanted to find something to get our adrenaline pumping. Adrenaline generally involves engaging with danger. We all agreed that we should head down to Half Moon Bay and surf Mavericks. But since we couldn't drive, we had to come up with something else. On that summer afternoon, half of us went to sit on the wall in my front lawn, and the other half of us sat on my neighbor's front lawn, and we shouted our ideas at each other back and forth across the cul-de-sac. Brilliance soon struck. Guys, we're going water ballooning. Just like that, it was full arming mode. Alpha team, get balloons. Bravo, start filling and tying. Charlie team, go down to the street and find a place for us to go to battle. We all manned at our stations for about 20 minutes, and then we all met at the bottom of my hill where the Charlie team had been doing recon. They found the perfect spot. There was a corner we were staked out in the planter's box covered by a big dead sunflower tree. The others were lying down in the ivy across the street. Four were thinking Adam in the bushes next to me. There's no way we're going to get caught. No one can even see us. We waited, our hearts beating loudly like a drum. We waited for 5 minutes, at the most, because it was a very popular intersection. My grip was so tight on the balloon I thought it was going to pop. Then we heard an engine of the car barreling down the street. The stop sign gave us our opportunity to strike. The vehicle came to a complete stop and began accelerating and inching its way up the street. When it was in range, we let it rain. There were 6 of us hunkered down and scattered through the intersection. We all popped up and threw as hard as we could at the car. It was a very hot day and the windows were down in the car. After we threw them, it was like slow-mo, watching all of the colored balloons flying at one target. The second I heard the thud of the balloons, I had a bad feeling. What seemed like fun idea had kept us busy for the last half an hour, now suddenly seemed like the lamest thing we had ever done. A car pulled over to the side, and the butterfly started in my stomach. When I saw the driver's side door pull open, and the hairy leg in shorts and flip-flops emerge from the car, I knew it was time to run. All of us boys leaped from our positions and ran as fast as we could. But not all of us were star runners. There was a pod of us who ran to my neighbor's yard, which led directly to mine. PJ and Dean and I ran the other way, and the guy was chasing us. I was so scared I thought I was going to be caught. Then Dean jogged left, trying a different route, but the man caught up. He was yelling at Dean and cussing at the top of his lungs. PJ and I were hiding in a bush nearby, out of breath and scared. I felt so bad for Dean, I almost got out to take some of the blame, but I didn't. Dean kept apologizing to the man. I was doing something terrible by not leaving those bushes, and I was letting a friend assume responsibility for all the bad actions of all of us. Knowing and doing are two different things. Right and then, I believed it was my responsibility to join Dean in getting the rampage he was getting from that man. But I was not brave enough to let my actions reflect what I believed, which ironically is what you know is the true personal belief. Let him take the blame. I wish I could go back and take action and leave those bushes and stand next to Dean. But in that one instant, in watching myself doing the wrong thing, I discovered what it is that I believe. I'll never let one person take all the blame for something in which I had a part. My personal belief is that I should take responsibility for my own actions, because you'll never learn from your mistakes if you hide from that all the time or shift the responsibility to someone else.